Abe is a loggerhead hatchling that came to us back in the beginning of August. He was found during a nest inventory. So after a nest hatches 72 hours, we then inventory the nest to determine exactly how many eggs had hatched and how many were unhatched. During that time, you will sometimes find stragglers, and that's what Abe was. When we found him, he had no front flipper movement. We brought him back to the aquarium, and after talking to Dr. Walsh, we decided to admit him. We then came up with a treatment plan for him where we would actually perform physical therapy on him on a daily basis. In the beginning, we performed physical therapy 4 times, and then as he started to show movement, we were able to back off, drop it down to 3, to 2, and eventually to 1. Within less than 10 days, he started showing movement. And then within less than a month, he was actually swimming, and we even saw him diving to the bottom of the pool. We started him in the beginning in very small pools, little Rubbermaid containers, gradually got bigger and bigger, and we eventually were able to put him into a small touch tank where he was able to even swim against some currents. In the beginning, we were tube feeding him and giving him fluids, and as he continued to improve, we were able to give him pieces of fish. And by the end, he wanted to eat almost whole fish on his own. He'd walk over to his tank, and you would just see his mouth constantly opening, ready to eat, ready to go. He put on some really good weight, and we're excited that we get to take him out now to the weed line and release him. We took Abe out and released him at the weed line. The reason that we do that is because the age that he's at and the time that he spent during rehab, he would have made his way already to the weed line. So if we brought him to the beach and were to release him from the beach, he wouldn't necessarily have the energy to make it all the way out. Sometimes the weed line can be anywhere from 6 to 10 miles, 12 miles, 20 miles even offshore. We took him out there, that way he is in the area where he would be at his age. He can float in the grasses. At their age too, they don't necessarily dive for their food. They're going to hide and camouflage themselves in the weed line and eat whatever is available to them. Microscopic organisms and even some tiny fish and shrimp that are hanging out there. But once the hatchlings are in the weed line, they then spend a few years floating in the stream until they're large enough to venture off on their own. And when they become adults, then we get to see them come back to the beaches and lay their eggs.